Hi, how are you guys today? This is Shelly from the Shabby Chic Farmhouse, and we're going to do a tutorial on how to paint your paw prints that you would have gotten. So what we do here are DIY workshops where we usually use wood and paint projects to make home decor. And so I'm going to go through that step by step with the paw prints with you today. There are a couple of things that you should probably do or get prepared for this, and one of them is something to cover your workspace, whether it be a tablecloth or a piece of paper or something so that you don't get your paint on whatever surface it is that you're working on. And the second thing is probably maybe an old shirt or an apron, something that you're not going to worry about if you get some paint on it. So I think that's it, and we'll go ahead and get into the painting part of it. We do have two items here that I'll be using that did not come in your kit. One of them is a super glue, and I didn't provide this in the kit because it does require parental guidance to use. You'll be able to use some sort of Elmer's glue or whatever you might have or your parents might have to glue the two pieces together to create the backpack tag. And then the other thing is you might want to grab a roll of tape. You'll just need a small strip of it, and I'll show you how I will use this in just a little bit. You don't have to have it, I just like to use it. So we'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to be painting the top layer first, and I'm going to paint it white. You can choose whichever color you prefer to paint the background or the top layer. And if you don't want to use the black and white paint that I provided, then you can use any kind of craft paint. So I'm just going to go right inside this thing, and then we're just going to dab it on top, pounce it, dab it, and it's a pretty quick process. So we just go all over it until it's covered, and it usually covers well enough with one coat, but if you would like to have it covered more, then you can go over it a second time. I'm just going to go over it really well one time for this video, and I think it covers pretty well, but if you want more, then that's fine. You can by all means go ahead and do a second coat. And so we'll set this aside to dry, and we'll go right into painting the background a black. Same thing, just get it inside there, get your paint on there and pounce it or dab it. Make sure you get a full good coverage. I hope you guys enjoyed this project. I enjoyed getting them ready for you. We do kid workshops every other month, usually the third Saturday of the month, and they always follow the adult workshops. So we'll do an adult workshop usually on a Saturday afternoon at 3, unless we have a pop-up workshop, and the kids workshops will follow the adult Saturday workshops. So the kid workshops will be on Sunday. So we're just going to we're going to continue to pounce on this until we get a good coverage on it. And again, I'm only going to go over it once, but if you want to do it twice, then that's fine too. But I think for me, one coat's going to cover it just enough to make me happy with it. And then we'll do our WC. Now this is where the tape, where I like to use the tape. So we'll just get a small strip of it and lay it down on our work surface, sticky side up, like this. And then we're gonna put our small letters on top of it. Now if you don't have tape, you can hold on to it and pounce it and it'll be just fine. I prefer to get it on the tape. It's just a little bit easier. So I'm going to go in with my white, and I'm going to put a little bit on my work surface, and then I'm going to put a little bit of black in with that and just kind of mix the two together like this and get a gray. go over that with a gray. You might go over the top of it with a little bit of white, get a good coverage, and then again with your black to get it a gray. I want the WC to be a gray. I think that looks pretty good. And that's it. And so you want to make sure that these are dry. Shut your lids on your paints so that they don't spill. Hopefully yours shuts pretty easy. Mine kind of got a little bit dried out. That's the second time I've used it. And it might not look like you have enough paint in these, but I promise you there's plenty of paint. You'll actually have some left over probably. So this is where you'll want to get your glue ready. And again, I'm using super glue. If you have parent guidance, or if your parents are okay with you using super glue, or if you're old enough to use super glue, then I gotta get scissors. That will be fine. Like I said, I think Elmer's glue would probably, it's not gonna take much glue to hold this together. So I think Elmer's glue would be fine with this as well. Whatever you have will work just fine. These are very light and it's not gonna take much to hold them together. So I'm just gonna go very, very dotty like around this. Not much. It's not gonna take much. And then I'm gonna set this on top of it. Just like so. Might lift it up, make sure that you have it where you want it. Position it a little bit. I'm gonna hold it down till it takes hold. Super glue is pretty fast. If you have something else that you're using, you might need to hold it a little bit longer, or even use some sort of clamps. And so then we will adhere our WC. And you can see, I don't know if you can see in the camera, but there's an outline. You'll see when you're painting, there's an outline that shows you where to place your letters to get them in the center. Again, you're just gonna wanna do some light dabbing dots on where to put where your letters are gonna go. Just a few dabs will hold it. And again, depending on the glue you use as to how much you have to hold it. You can also just place them there and just let it set. If you have a glue that doesn't dry as fast, just let them set there till they do get dry, okay? So there's that. Now we're gonna attach our ring so that we can put it on our backpack for our backpack tag. You're gonna wanna open that kind of wide to get it through that hole there. Just swirl it on there, and there it is. This will attach to a backpack, usually from a zipper. And there it is. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel, and when you get your paw prints done, your backpack tags, I would love to see pictures of them. You can find us on Facebook and post your pictures and tag us on Facebook. I would really appreciate that. And again, subscribe to our YouTube channel where you'll find more upcoming tutorials on painting projects that we offer. Thanks.